Rory has had YSFAB for a Supra for a long time, but we're waiting on some other parts before we installed it. He got his Reinhardt racing suspension, 3-way adjustables. They came in yesterday and we did custom valving similar to how my Supra is. 20K front springs with a helper spring. I think we did 8K rear springs. We don't want to make it too soft until he gets a little bit better and has more power for the amount of grip 6K would give if we did this, exactly the same as my car. So we're starting out with this setup, and then after this is installed, Joe's gonna press the new hubs into the YSFAB spindles, bearings, hubs, and everything, get this all assembled. Me and him will try and measure how we can attach the front sway bar setup. We're gonna do the same style Speedway front sway bar that we have on my car. Whatever we can do to make it slightly better, we will, because it's the next version. So we're gonna do something similar to this, where we have collars that clamp on the coils at the bottom so that he has room for his end link, so the sway bar can then not interfere. And so this is custom arm that we get, and then we bend it like this S there so that it can clear the subframe and then at the same time still have articulation as the shock goes up and down. And we need to make that same setup on Rory's car, but we're gonna do one thing different. We're going to take, everything's dirty on my car, but see how we mounted this pillow block on there? We're gonna do it that way in the front of his car, so it can just be an exposed bar instead of running it this way with these bushings. There's like 2 ways to do it, but this way is a little heavier because it's got this bar here. So we're just gonna do the little arms with the pillow block. It doesn't have a winner's quick change, so he can use a stock sway bar on the back of this car still. So that's what's happening right now. Other updates on Rory's car. Joe had built these a little similar to my car. So dump tubes and downpipe were done. Then he did kick plates for the passenger driver. Mounted the AEM. A little bit of work back here. Fuel fill, the RADGEN remote mount fuel fill setup. Just simple but effective. We're gonna be getting his Hollinger transmission in the next week or so. Then we can start moving forward on this car a lot more. I'll show you guys more when YSFAB is in. We have Juan's other Supra here. Had a front main leak, so we're gonna fix that. We're gonna also check the cam seal, see if it was leaking up there. One of the turbos is leaking, so we're gonna go in there, see how bad it is. Maybe have to rebuild his turbos, or shut up, Joe, or put new turbos on it. That's the plan. Oh, and after that car's up to good mechanical functionality, then unfortunately Juan's gonna sell it. But if you guys are interested in a mostly stock Supra with a couple little mods on it, there you go. It's not a 6-speed, it's a 5-speed. Somehow the 6-speed was removed and has a 5-speed in there, but it's a turbo Supra. It's kind of everything you need except the 6-speed. Maybe you save up and get one of those, but that's a pretty good deal. He's gonna be selling it for low 30s, so think about it if you're in the market for a Supra. Alright guys, it's kind of late night. We didn't get to work on this car again yet. Tomorrow night we're all gonna work on it. Oh, and you know it's a good night if Bill the UPS guy is here late night. Bill's the best UPS guy ever.
Hey, thanks. I'm here checking out Mr. Drift Dog right here.
We found out that Bill could have been retired if he chose, but he chose against it because he likes the community. And
I gotta come in to see Dan the man.
Nah, but he's just a cool guy.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go back to Rory's car and then see what we did today. Has some different rims on it, but that's from first year Pro 2. These didn't fit in here anymore, so we just threw some old ones. We got the Reinhardt and YSFAB all on there today, so that's pretty good. We had to take his rack out because the driver's side was leaking a little bit. And we get it rebuilt with drift motion. And then we can work on that sway bar setup in the front here. Ooh, Joe's car.
Yeah.
Joe's getting his car ready for winter jam.
Yeah, pretty much. Just building a nice little strap for the battery right here, but
Check this out, guys. The little tube setup he built back here. Nice cage, and then custom battery box with strap. Oh, and you still add the one more piece on there?
Yeah, exactly, just to make sure it doesn't pop out the top even on the radiator here.
Yeah.
But, you know, you might flip the car, who knows?
No, you know, don't do that. But if you do, I wanna watch that happen. Get it on video if you do that, for sure. Alright. Hey, no running. Quick update on my car. Put the backup motor in. We got everything else majority on the intake side. Haven't finalized the exhaust side yet because we were doing the mock-up of the 9274 front housing because we had to cut it, modify it a little bit. It's over at MB being powder coated, a different color than my other turbo housing, which was like the gray sparkle. We're doing this one, you'll see, just a way different color to make it stand out. So the 9274, you're wondering why I'm gonna try this. So here we have BorgWarner catalog. 9174 is what I've been using. So it's a 68 millimeter on the inducer side and a 65 on the exducer side. You go to the 9274, inducer size is now up from 68 to 72. Exducer remains the same at 65, and then you can pick your different rear A over R's. Like I use a 1.05. If you needed smaller, you could. That would take away top end, or if you needed more top end, you could do the 1.45. I don't think I'm gonna ever need that one. I might try it one day, but for now, pretty happy with getting the lower RPM boost coming on, and then if it falls off at the top a little bit, I'm okay with it. We're gonna go back to the dyno probably next week if we can get everything going, but we're gonna put it back together and get it running by Sunday because I'm gonna take this car, the race meet that's over at where Super Street's housing it over there. So I just have to be cautious, get it over there, and then be on display. Next week we go to the dyno and hopefully we'll make over 1,000 horsepower because we haven't ever made over 1,000 yet. With the long block obviously could handle it, we just never had a big enough turbo, and now we're gonna find out. So it's kind of exciting, and then we're gonna test this out at Winter Jam. So all the updates on how the new BorgWarner performs coming soon. And on top of that, Turbo Smart came out with the Gen 5 Hypergate. I didn't have time to put these on before Irwindale, but I have some extra time right now. We're gonna be putting these guys on. It's cool how it just went from one hand to two hands, huh? Peaches here. So these are the new Hypergate 45 version 5. New features are the way the heatsink is like that, so you can loosen that up and clock this a certain way if you were to not like where the two choices of like the vacuum ports are. And another feature is the water inlet outlet on this, so if you wanted to keep it extra cold, you have that feature too. Not gonna set the water up yet. I could probably work on doing that next year if I do it, but for now, get these guys on and the new turbo and go find out what it could do. It's gonna be exciting. More happening tomorrow. Good night. Woo! White Supra. Hey guys. So today's the day of white Supras. Everywhere you look, there's gonna be a white Supra until you go past the ones that are there. And then there's gonna be a blue Supra. Some other ones outside. Topic today is back to the race car, BorgWarner EFR 9274. Back from powder coating from MB. New color for a new turbo. Different than what I normally do, but let's see if it looks good with the black it's connected to it, because the black intake will be right here. It looks kind of different next to the blue. So we're gonna do the Hypergate Gen 5 right now on here, and then I didn't include you guys when I was like hooking this on, this Turbo Smart compact blow-off valve, and like just getting this stuff bolted on. We were able to plug this one, which is where we used to get boost reference from, and we drilled and tapped this other hole before we went to powder coat. And now we put the 1/8 MPT to -4 fitting so we can put our boost reference line, which is this one right here. And it goes over to the boost controller and then goes to your wastegates. I put that kind of hidden, so then now instead of the line crossing over here like it used to, we can see BorgWarner a little better. Kind of shows it off a little bit. And then throw the downpipe back in. Samsonus is still out over there, the black thing right there. That stuff's easy. We have like 2 hours, 3 hours maybe. Bleed the coolant, then we start this fresh motor. This one's never ran yet. What I'm gonna do is kind of break this in over the next day or so, and then we will go to the race meet. And then after that, like I told you before, we're gonna go to the dyno. So it's a cool new look, kind of excited about it. Just thought I'd update you guys. But hey, you haven't seen Juan Supra yet, maybe in great detail, so let me do like a slow pan over his engine bay. Each Supra owner is like, kind of goes over the top in their own way. Let's check out how he did his. This is a clean one. Joe's just gonna rip his hand off in that belt right now. But look at how clean the rest of Juan's car is. I'm sure I've showed you guys Juan's car before, but I don't think I slowed down enough to show you everything in detail. Look at the inside. It's like brand new looking inside. Got the ECU just right there out in the open. It's kind of cool. Name Infinity. We just did a diff service on there. He has a OS Geiken in there and he wanted to swap the fluid out after probably 4,000 miles or something like that. Haven't seen this car in a couple months, but yeah, you can't see. He got a OCD rear cover on there, so that's kind of cool. He has almost as many of these billet pieces that you can find. They're everywhere under here. Thought you guys might like that. Joe's been at this for 4 hours and he's made 1 template.
Hey, 2 templates, but I traced one of them.
2 templates. Okay, we're about to add water and then start this one. TRD came over to help while we're doing it. Or Fu, but he's from TRD. He's ignoring us. Oh, there he is. Okay, we got his attention. That's what it looks like with the new Hypergates. They fit, tight clearance right here, but everything works out good with them. It's cool because you can clock these ones. There's like a little like safety that you bend over on both ends so that this won't spin and this won't spin. But once you undo both of those little safety tabs, and then use this end and loosen that, the center section, you can clock this way or that way, either way, and then tighten the safeties back or lock the safeties back in, and then it's not going to move. Really good feature on this new one, so that any given spot you want your vacuums, you can do it. So that's a really cool thing about it. So I didn't have to clock this one from how it came out of the box because just the way this setup worked out. Did have to clock this. Got the new Borg Warner 91s or 9274, the 72 millimeter on there. We're just gonna do some cranking to make some oil pressure, add some water, and then see if we can get it to start up because it's a fresh motor. I'm excited. Oh, I need that cable.
Okay.
Yeah, Pro A5 cable. Torco break-in oil, I use 30 weight, it's my favorite. I use that on all brand new motors. If we need to, we go to the dyno with that too, depending how many miles we could put on it before you're gonna be at the dyno. You could even go to the dyno on that too. So we're adding that right now. Let's see if it'll start. It started. We're just on downpipe right now, so it's kind of loud. Check coolant level. We need to add some coolant, then I'll get it warm again. But it starts. We did it, guys. Good job. High five. It's because we had TRD in the house. Hey guys, if we're lucky, Joe's gonna come out screaming. Don't scream, Joe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not a scream.
That's how you do it.
Damn it. I mean, that's funny.
Oh,
but
hey,
I
what
thought he was
happened,
gonna
Joe?
be screaming. Whoa, his pants are down? Oh, okay. That was good. Alright, well, this runs and it has a bigger turbo now. Same dimensions, but inside it's bigger. I'm excited. We're gonna make over 1,000 horsepower, and I've never driven a race car with over 1,000, just a street car. So this will be way, way, way fun. Alright, talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye from Czech Republic.
Bye.
His pants are back on. Let's check out Dylan's shop. We're here. Why are they working right now? What time is it?
It's work time.
Why are we working right? Isn't it Friday night at like 9 o'clock? Notch and tube. Yeah. Hey, you guys want to check out some cool stuff? Dylan's cool.
Yeah. I was just feeling guilty about sitting here doing nothing, so I was about to weld these rear stays out real quick. I just did that side.
Ooh. Can I touch the hot part?
Yeah. When
Okay.
it's red, that means it's like cherries.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till you get it hot, and then I want to touch it. This is gonna be the motor that goes into Brian's, the silver right-hand drive over there, Supra, and then this is just a JDM motor, so Vicha's got it on forklift so we can do the clutch. If we have time, we'll put the trans on there with it. Okay, so while it's out, we're gonna modify the water line that wraps around. This is right in the way of where your downpipe would go. I think what we're gonna need to do is change that, make room for where the downpipe would go, and then maybe we use that same pipe and tee off of the pipe.
Plug of this one.
Block that one. This one we can still use technically.
For
That's for cold start, it helps. We just gotta do a couple things like that, and then we're gonna take this cover off, get rid of the batch fire coil packs, and we're gonna do non-VVTi coil packs from the 93 to 98 Supra motor. Coming over here, we have a lot of brand new, oh, I need to show you other brand new Toyota parts. So yes, clutch master, brake pedal, clutch line. Got the full kit, big giant 4-inch intercooler. And then we cleaned up in here because it was kind of greasy. Car started out as an auto. We're gonna do that trans tunnel modification where you cut and weld in this guy. This will now allow his shifter to bolt right on, or like his shifter surround and boot to bolt right in here, which is much nicer than just taking what the trans tunnel looks like underneath there and just cutting a hole bigger, because the automatic trans tunnel has like, the opening's only about that big, or maybe even less. It's just like a small rectangular hole, and we're gonna need more space. He even got a new transmission brace, cross brace. These are so we can wire in his new coil packs. These are his new coil packs that I was just talking about a second ago. Here's a brand new ACT clutch and flywheel. These are the coil packs. So it's pretty cool that we can get to work with people like this that'll get to get all these correct parts, and then we get to install them on our favorite car. Things like this, trans mount. We're gonna get some parts together, and then Joe will be over there getting ready to dismantle the inside of the car, and I'll show you more of the trans tunnel before he cuts out that other part. Ooh, Matt Kaufman's here!
Is this a street car?
Yeah, but he's probably gonna get in a little trouble with that, but so Rod's picking up his car. Yeah! Alright, go have fun with your car. Thanks guys, you're the best. See you, Rod, we're gonna miss your Supra.